What is up, IRSD educators? Jeff here, and welcome to the second episode of our Tech Tips Tuesday series, Artificial Intelligence in the K-12 Classroom. Last week's video highlighted the performance of different large language models on a series of highly rigorous exams. As you can see, these systems are pretty good at taking tests. In research that should shock nobody, about 50% of K-12 students know it too, and are using tools like ChatGPT on a weekly basis to help with schoolwork. Furthermore, 3 out of 4 students reported that they use AI, quote, every once in a while for schoolwork. A natural response, and one which surfaces regularly in my inbox, is that we need to block access to AI tools or purchase detection software. There are multiple reasons why this is an untenable solution. Here are a couple. The first reason is that research has shown that these detectors are not reliable in their ability to identify AI-generated content. Even the companies making these detection tools state that they're not to be used to punish students or as a standalone method of identifying AI-generated content. When we think about how to prevent students from using AI, we need to go beyond blocks and detectors. Even if we had a surefire way to block or ban AI in schools, students would still find a way to use it. Why? Because learning is hard, and doing hard things makes us feel bad while we're doing them. A recently published research study supports what any teacher already knows. When people are asked to give significant effort, there's a positive correlation with an increased negative affect. In simple terms, the more effort required for the task, the worse we feel while doing it. It's no wonder then that students would rather offload their thinking to a chatbot as a way to avoid these negative feelings, instead of engaging in the productive struggle necessary to master a difficult concept in class. It's worth noting here that this correlation of increased effort leading to worse mood applies to adults as well as adolescents. As more is being asked of educators, it is no wonder that AI tools are being heavily marketed to teachers as a magical solution that will free up vast amounts of time and lower the effort of this challenging job. Instead of blocking AI, we need to wrestle with an extremely difficult question. How can we safely and ethically include AI in our work with students while still supporting productive struggle? Additional questions like, how am I valuing original student thought? Or, can I chunk my assignments differently to encourage original student thought? Are great starting points on the road to an AI-empowered classroom. As we look towards an AI-empowered K-12 education system, all signs point to a need for guardrails and guidelines in order to navigate this new landscape. Guardrails are primarily set by organizations, such as state departments of education or a local school board, and are based on federal law or district policy. To begin assembling some district-level guardrails, the Indian River School District recently updated its academic integrity expectations. Worth noting are the following: an explicit statement that outlines the expectation that students submit original work which reflects their own thoughts, ideas, and efforts, as well as a section detailing the consequences of the use of unauthorized aid, which can include AI tools like ChatGPT or others. Guidelines, on the other hand, are more localized. Think school or classroom level, and they allow for classroom teachers to allow for the use of approved AI tools at their discretion. These guidelines, however, should be aligned in parallel with the guardrails in order to prevent anyone from getting too far off the path. If you're interested in learning more about AI, be sure to register for PDMS course number 42922. Learning the foundations of how these systems work will help you as you think about developing AI use guidelines. The next course in the series will be launching later this week, and will highlight additional ethical concerns for educators to consider as we work to develop guardrails and guidelines to meet this uncertain moment. Thanks for your time, and we'll see you back here next week for episode 3 of AI in the K-12 Classroom.